Hello everyone in Alex. We are today with Sara Healey.
Hello.
Director of Putnam Science Academy. So, hello Sara, thank you for having us here today.
Thank you.
It was a long travel and we're so happy to be back this year again.
We love having you here. It's so great to be able to welcome you guys back here, and
thank you very much.
especially now that we're coming out of the pandemic and some of these rules are lightening up. So it's so nice to have you here.
It is very cool that we are going to normal.
Yes.
Yeah, we feel better. So I have a couple questions for you.
Of course.
It is going to be really useful for the families that are looking to apply. So first question is, how are things right now? How are the international kids? Are they having a good time? Are they traveling? Are they playing sports?
So I think our international kids are thriving here right now. We have, of course, our world-renowned soccer and basketball teams, but we've added on so much more because in the past, before the pandemic, we were noticing that our kids needed more activities to do. They needed more things to do outside of the school. So we've been able to add on to that. We've been able to add on trips and just going to bowling and getting a real American experience in a school. So one of the best things that we've been able to do is to add on to our student services and allowing these kids to get outside of our little Putnam walls and to visit and to see what Putnam is all about and what Connecticut's all about.
That's a really cool thing because you are in the middle of a town and
Yes.
they can visit around, they
Yes.
can walk around. That's very cool. And sometimes families are scared of what the kids are going to do on weekends.
Exactly.
So it's good if you have options for them.
And we're just coming out of the holiday season or going into the Christmas season, and we had a Dazzle light parade where our students were able to participate and to watch these amazing floats that come together from the community. So it's wonderful to be able to share this downtown feeling with all of our students.
So I know that you're working for so many years with international students.
Yes.
Why do you think that this experience is good for internationals?
I think it's great for international students. One, we have a wonderful ESL program, and that allows our students to be able to learn how to communicate with each other. I think the other piece for international students is they learn about a community. They learn about neighbors. We're able to do trash pickup. We were able to go trick-or-treating, and we're able to really see what it's like to be in a community. Some other prep schools are really far away, and they have their own community that they deal with. But at Putnam Science, we have the town of Putnam where we're able to get involved, do town-wide cleanups. And I think the international kids get a great feeling of what America's all about when they come to our school.
I'm glad you mentioned your ESL programs. Yes. Because some families, some parents are afraid, but the kids learn in English. Yes. Because they have to adapt to a new system, they have to learn the language.
Exactly.
How's that for internationals?
So our international students, before they are able to come to our school, is we do an interview and we see what level of English they're at. And if they're on a certain level, we put them into an ESL class. And this ESL class really gets them ready and prepared for all of their other classes. So on top of learning English within their other classes, they have this other class that allows them to grow as English speakers. And they get to understand, and this ESL teacher gets to work with other teachers to really enhance their learning, to get them at a level where they're able to speak fluently. We've had students that started with 5 or 6 words, and now we can't get them to stop speaking in English.
That's so good. That's so good to hear. One last question for you. From Spain or from other countries, we have different options for coming to the States.
Correct.
It's basically J1 and F1 visa programs. J1 is a program for families, public schools and families, and F1 is for boarding schools and private schools with families. Right. So I'm just going to ask you for the difference between families and boarding.
Good.
Why do you think that boarding is a very option for?
So I think one of the best things about boarding schools is that you're immersed in what you're doing in your community. So with that F1 visa, they're able to be here on campus. They live with peers. They live with people that they are their own age. And it's wonderful because they're learning from them. If you're with a family, it might be a little bit different, but we have that family feel with the age appropriateness, which is really nice. And then our kids get to go home on an F1 visa. If they are at a winter break, which we're coming up to, they're able to travel home and then come back to us, which is really wonderful. And they don't have to just stay with their family. They're able to work as a school. We're able to work to allow them to go onto these little trips, to be able to leave campus. So even though we're not a family, we're a family in our own little selves, because the kids become so close to each other, and they're developing lifelong friendships. And it's not just the kids from Spain, but it's kids from Spain, South Africa, Brazil, Portugal, all over the world, China, and these kids stay connected, which is just absolutely amazing. So they get a really interesting and unique experience being in a boarding school.
I know I said it was the last question, but I have one more.
Okay.
Sometimes families ask why you want international students and why you have financial aid for helping us.
Yeah.
So that's a good question, and I promise this is going to be the last one.
So I think having those international students gives us a diverse community, and that's something that we're looking for. Putnam is in its whole, as a state of Connecticut, in Putnam, we're not very diverse, and allowing these students to come in as international students from all over the world, we're able to build this neat little compound that has all of these different niches, and we're allowed to teach our students about different countries. And it's not just out of a textbook, but it's the kids are learning from each other, and they're growing from each other, and it enriches our classes. So when we are in a social studies class and we're having a discussion about a current event, they're able to really talk about it and how it experiences those pieces in their life from around the world. And it's not just one little piece. So we're creating unique and diverse individuals here that are going to learn and grow from this experience.
That's a really good answer. Thank you very much,
You're
Sara.
welcome.
So, Sara Healey, director of Putnam Science Academy, thank you very much again.
Of course.
For helping us.
We
and
love
for
having
sharing.
you. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.